Hi guys, my name is Shay. If you're new here, welcome. And today we are spending the day with me. So to start off our morning, we are going to go to a book sale. If you've been on my channel before or mine and Belle's channel before, some of my videos, I mention the Rotary Book Club quite a lot in a lot of my book hauls. So that's where we're going today. They're having their 1 month sale. Normally their books are only like $1, and then they'll have a few books that maybe $2 or $3. And then also they've got like a more expensive section with like first editions and all that sort of stuff, specialty books and stuff like that. But I don't usually look for those. But today, all of their $1 items are 50% off, down to 50 cents. So I have a feeling it's going to be very busy. I'm not sure it's going to be easy for me to film there. But I will definitely have a book haul at the end if I buy anything, which I think might be fairly likely with the books being 50 cents and me still trying to want to fill up my library. But with that said, we shall see what happens when I get there, which I'm going to leave pretty soon because it starts in about 20 minutes and I want to try and get there first. I will try and film as best I can there, but if it's too busy, obviously I won't, because it gets busy just in the best of times without their 50% off sale. And then if I have a haul, we'll do the haul. And then later today, we're going to the ice hockey. So me and a friend, we try to go regularly. We're going to buy season tickets, but we just can't seem to get there with work and life and things as often as we'd like. So we managed to fit it in today, which is why I'm dressed in my ice jersey. So, or jumper, I should say. Yeah, I'll film there as well. I think we're also going ice skating, which should be good. And then maybe, because the train system today is all messed up. So it's half trains, half coaches, which is not normally too bad, but now the coaches aren't matching up with the train timetable, and some of them have like a 30-minute wait. So if you have to deal with public transport very often, you sort of know the struggle sometimes. But while they're fixing up all the tracks to try and get all the level tracks off the roads, it's kind of a mess. But with that said, let's head straight to the book sale. I don't know, I've talked myself into a circle and now I can't talk at all. So let's grab what's important, my iced coffee. First sip of the day. Not bad, not bad. Let's go. Alright guys, so I am back from my little book shopping, and I say little lightly, adventures. As you can see here, I did quite the damage. So I ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 books. And I only paid $12.50 for all of these books. So all but one were 50 cents, and then the last book I'll show you was marked as $3. So in no particular order, let's go through what I managed to find. So most of these are ex-library books. This one is Unholy Ghosts by Stacia Kane. This one is, I believe, a trilogy or perhaps an even bigger series, but I've been wanting to read this one for a while and thought I'd just get it from the library or see if it was on KU, but they had this book, none of the others, but yeah, this book, and for 50 cents I thought we could give it a try, and then if I don't like it, it can go in a little free library or something. So that's the first one. The next one I found was Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I have a few of her books, but the only one I've read so far is Bride. So this one I think is also one of her adult romances. So excited for that one. I also have, I think, The Love Hypothesis and maybe Love on the Brain or Check and Mate. So yep, adding this one. Next up is I have read this series before. It's the Play-by-Play series by Jackie Burton. These are quite older sports romances. They're interconnected standalones. I know hockey romance is big at the moment and F1. So if you like sports romances, this has got like very much found family and a lot of different sports represented in this. I think the first one is about, they're all American, so NRL, American rugby, and then also baseball, I think, are the first couple of sports. But this one is Unexpected Rush, which is an F1, no, NASCAR maybe, and then no, One Sweet Ride is NASCAR. And then this one, Unexpected Rush, must be rugby NRL one. So yeah, these are really good. I basically just bought these because they're like now trophy books. I don't know that I'll be able to find any of the others. I have not seen any of these in op shops whatsoever, but Jackie Burton is really good, so I would recommend those. Next up, I just got this random book I've never heard of. It's Love Just In by Natalie Murray, but it does say that this is Australia's answer to Emily Henry. So I thought this would be a cute read, if nothing else. I didn't really read what any of these were about. I either knew what they were about or I'm just grabbing them because they're 50 cents. But this one looks like a fun, easy summer read, even though it's the middle of winter right now. Next up, I've been collecting Nalini Singh books. I would 100%, if I can talk, recommend any book of hers. They are a series. This is a series, sort of like a book of novellas in her Side Changeling series, which is one of my favorites, that and her Guild Hunter ones, which is like angels and vampires. It's an urban fantasy, so yeah, these are amazing. So I just picked this one up because I saw it, and some of the short stories in this one are some of my favorites, so that one. Next up, I've got a few from a series and they're all different covers, which is kind of annoying, but I thought for 50 cents, considering I haven't read anything from this author before, it might be fine to just collect them as 50 cents. And then if I don't love the writing, then it's all good. But this is Sookie Stackhouse's series by Charlene Harris. So I've got the first book already, and I was going to wait to read that first book before I collected any of the rest in the series, but I thought for 50 cents we'll just take them. So we've got some which have the TV show covers, some which have like illustrated covers, and some from their Rainbow Collection covers. Anyway, so we've got Altogether Dead, Definitely Dead. If I was to collect these new, I would want to get the original covers, like with the weird little cartoons, because they're just so much fun. But anyway, Dead to the World with Eric, hello. Club Dead, this is the cover I've got already, like this style. And I would have been happy with all of these, but I don't know if they have all of them now or if they swapped over to the TV shows. But anyway, and then from the coloured series, because they were like all descending colours, rainbow colours, I've got Dead Reckoning and Dead Ever After. It's covered by the sticker, which is annoying. So yeah, all of those I got. And then keeping in with, actually there's a couple random ones that I got, which is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I love the movie, so I figured the book would be great. And I think I have another one of his books. I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely looked at buying one of his other books. I don't love the gold cover, but for 50 cents, I'm not going to complain. And then I've been collecting Laurel K. Hamilton books. So I got 2 of her books. This one's quite chunky. So Crimson Death and Kiss the Dead. These are later in the series, so they're book like 23 and maybe 25. But I don't know. I feel like some of the ratings have gone down as it gets later in the series, but we'll see. I definitely like the first 10 or so books, so those are added to the collection. Then I found The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I couldn't find any of the others in this series, so I don't know if they're connected or if they're, I think they are because I remember the character's name. I had a quick look on Goodreads, but I couldn't find any other books in this series or by this author at all, so I thought we can give this a go, and then if it's good I can try and find it on KU or Kindle. And then again, these ones are more like book trophies. I've got some Sherilyn Kenyon books. I think she goes by McQueen now. So we've got At Death's Door, which is sort of like a spin-off series to her Dark Hunter sort of world. I think it's the same sort of world but different characters and different timeline. I've read the first two, but this is the third one and I haven't read this one yet, so I'm excited to pick that one up. And then from her Dark Hunter series, which I don't know if you can see because of all the reflection, but the little double bow and arrow symbol up the top. This is like one of the first book series that really like got me sucked into reading, and I actually have the tattoo of it on my arm. So yeah. I've got Stygian and Retribution. So I have quite a lot of these books, but I haven't got these ones. I also really love her League series, which is sort of like more sci-fi because it's space and assassins, but still romance. So it's really, really good. Really, really heart-wrenching though, so check your trigger warnings on those. And then the last one that I paid $3 for is Sarah J. Maas's House of Sky and Breath. So I'm reading House of Earth and Blood now, and so I saw this one here and grabbed it. There wasn't the third or fourth one there, but yeah, this is like massive. These books, like I've got it here. This is what I'm reading now. Like, look at the size of these things. Is it annoying that they're all different? Yes, but I haven't even seen this copy, like this style, in any other one, but I bought this one secondhand as well. I'm like not even a quarter of the way through yet. So yeah, I got that one for $3. So yeah, all up, I paid $12.50, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then hopefully I like this series because otherwise this is a really big book to have sitting there and not reading. But that is the haul that I got for those. I'm gonna pop these onto the shelves now and then have lunch and head off to the hockey. So I will sort of touch back in with you guys, I think, when we're either skating or watching the game, because yeah, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but the public transport at the moment is a mess. So we have to catch a train to one station and then a bus all the way into Melbourne, and then some of the stops I think have only limited buses, so you might have to wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes or half an hour. So until we get there, we don't know. And being a weekend going into Melbourne, there's also a footy match, 2 footy matches on today, so we're gonna miss the first footy traffic, but we might hit the second footy traffic, especially coming home. So who knows, it's going to be a mess. But let's pop these away and have some lunch. All right, guys, hopefully the lighting isn't too bad, but I've got you facing my red side. So I've stacked them into 2 piles of read books and unread books. So I'm going to start with the ones that I have read and put them in, and then we'll jump over to the side that you're on, which is my unread side. So it's about half and half, which is pretty good. Have I messed these up? Yes, I have. Here I was thinking I was being so smart. Okay, never mind. It is not half and half. These are all unread. They're all unread. All right, so the red ones that I've got here are these 5. So we're just going to pop them straight in. So with the Sherilyn Kenyon ones, they are actually numbered, which is really cool. So this is 19, this is 20, and then this one is 29. I don't know where the Guardian sits in that, but we're going to put it, this one's, no mercy. I think it goes here. So we've got like 4, this is the whole series starting from here. These ones are the different series. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different styles of books all in the same series. So that's really frustrating, but you know, we're just gonna deal with it. And then the Jackie Burton books will come up the top here under B. Burnett, Burton. I would love to find the whole series of these Jackie Burton ones. I have them all on my Kindle, but they're just really, really good books. And then Nalini Singh, we've got her stuff down here. So this is the Psy Changeling and this is the Guild Hunter. So I'm going to put it at the end. Yeah. And now I want to collect the Psy Changeling as well as all the Guild Hunter books. But again, I've got like 2 different book covers for the same series. But for the most part, I've managed to find everything under the same sort of series, or covers. Anyway, that is all of our red ones. And I will come back and colour in like all the library things just to sort of match the spine. But that I won't be bothering with today. Just checking my food. And then we've got all the unread ones, which we'll put over here. So let's do that now. All right, let's start with, they're not in any order, but let's start with Mass. So I've already got her Throne of Glass series here. So Throne of Glass, and this is Crescent City. So I want it in before this one. The shelf needs to be split up again, I think. Yeah. And then I need to add more up the top, I think. Or maybe I even start another shelf. That's exciting. We'll see how these fit, and maybe one day I'll do a restructure with the shelves, and maybe we can do it fancy. I don't know. I don't love the fancy look, but I mean, on other shelves I do, but for myself, this is what I want, just like boring. Anyway, so Kenyan, we've got K, E, F, G, H, J. Why is the alphabet so hard when you have to really think on the spot? K, E, N, Y. So in here, yeah, this shelf is gonna be overstacked. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Because now I'll need to buy bookends as well if I start a new shelf. I mean, I'm not mad about it. Do I want to fill the bottom though first before I start filling the top? That's the question. I think instead of going up, I'm going to start filling down. So what I might do... Okay. Let me think. Yeah. All right, everything from N, I'm going to move down, and then I've got one book that needs to slot in, and then all my M's, I'm going to move to this shelf. It'll it'll look a bit funny, but that's okay. That's okay. That looks a mess. I definitely have to come back in and even it all out. But for now, it'll do. Like, nothing's scented and whatever. So I think not today, maybe, but another day I might just do a book refresh. But yeah, it's starting to fill up, which is fun. So I think once I even it out or even display things a little bit more decoratively, not that I'm a huge fan of doing that personally. Like, I love the look of it of other people's, but I think just with the structure of these shelves, it just doesn't really look that good because, like, I don't have them sectioned off into smaller bookshelf, like, sections. Anyway, for now, I'm just going to leave it there on the shelves. They're in order, hopefully, and then I'll fix it up another day. But I'm going to have lunch now, and then we're going to head out. Alright guys, so it is the next day and I'm just jumping in to rearrange the bookshelves. I also rearranged my red shelves as well, just to sort of spread it out along the shelves a bit to make it a little bit more even. Eventually I might do some forward-facing books and stuff like that. I've said it many times, probably in this video alone as well. It's not my preferred way of having things sit, but while I've got so much shelf space, it might make it look a little bit nicer than trying to have it all compacted in together. But at this stage, this is how it is, and I'm quite happy with it. and hopefully soon I'll be able to add more books to my shelves, read more of the physical books that I have, and fill up this side behind you as well. Otherwise, thanks so much if you stuck around to the end of this video. That is it for this week, and I will catch you next week. Have a good day wherever you are, and I will see you then. Bye.